Happy Friday and welcome to Empowering Self and Soul Esteem Sessions. So, I want to talk today about desire. What is it that we desire? We all have these huge desires to be somewhere else, to be someone else, to go somewhere. Instead of just always realizing that we're in the right place at the right moment every step of the way, always. And, it's like when we're born, we want to learn to walk, and then we want to learn to talk and to run and to please and to learn new things and make friends and fit in and be seen and be heard. And then we want to find, learn something new, learn to play an instrument, and it just goes on and on and on and on. And when does it ever end? I mean, we want a bigger car, a bigger house. And what is that about? What is it about? It's about human life. It's without desire, without feeling compelled to keep moving forward. It's just innate in the way that we're built, and it's brilliant, because without that there'd be no reason for us being here. We'd just be still and stagnant and undesiring of anything. It's there'd be no passion for life. So why do I want to talk about this today? I want to talk about it because I think too many of us spend too long always in the process, the pursuit of the next thing. I remember being a teenager and a young woman and very much feeling this way, very, very much, always looking for home, my place to be. I was a searcher, I was a seeker. And the truth is, I've that seeker, that way of being, that's, that archetype that is within all of us, it reaches a point, really should, I would hope, in all of our lives, whereby we realize this is our lot now. And if we want to, that we just get to accept who we are and be okay with that. There's nothing wrong with having goals or intentions and plans for the future. We have to absolutely have those. But I want us to be careful not to come from a place of needing those things. Because when we have the energy of need, it actually means that we are in lack. And it actually sends out the wrong signal to the universe. And then what we put out attracts, it just comes back to us. The lack keeps coming back to us. So we have to develop this self-esteem and inner knowing. We have to remember that we are perfectly whole and complete as we are. Everything is perfect. Everything is about divine timing. The right thing will be when it's meant to be, and it's all good. And I wanted to bring this up today because, there's so many of us that are still feeling like, we're comparing ourselves to someone else, that we still don't have enough, that we should be somewhere else, we should be thinner. There's always this desire in some way. Each and every one of us have got something that still holds us ourselves in a place of not being there yet. We've not got there yet. It's come, we need to get there, we need to get there, we need to get there. And what I want us to realize today is that actually, in all of our busyness, if we can be, spoke about this before, be and then do and then have. If we can be in this place of stillness, presence, and wonder, we can just trust that we're going to receive the right guidance, the right steps as we go forward in our day. And trust that that's going to lead us to the right conversations. And you know, in our busy lives, I have it at the moment. I'm juggling many things right now. And if I was in a place of spin, and I have been the last couple of days, actually, I kind of lost the plot, which I haven't done for a long time. And it's because I wasn't present with myself. I wasn't making decisions from a place of consciousness, ultimately. So it reminded me, what it did was, rather than beating myself up about it, it reminded me that, oh yeah, okay. So forgive myself, reset, and start again. There was no long conversation about it. There was no beating myself up. There was no feeding myself negative words and blame and shame, all of that nonsense. In fact, there were 2 occasions in the last few days, and they're perfect, absolutely perfect opportunities for the realization that actually, yeah, okay, I fell back into my old ways then, and I caught myself. So it's time now to just get back on track and start again. So it is about, you know, we fall down, we pick ourselves up, and we get back on. We fall down, we brush ourselves off, forgive ourselves, get back out there and go again. And it's really important that we do, that we don't hold on to that and beat ourselves up that we've done it again. You know, we've messed up again. So what I want to bring up today is, as you go into the weekend, I'd love you to put some thought into this. Like, what is it that I am with this? You know, I want to go and buy, you know, a new pair of shoes. Whatever it is, think about something that's on your plate right now that's kind of in your desire circuit. For me, it's a trip to New York at Christmas with the kids. So what I'd like you to do is sit in that contemplation this weekend with your journal. Just think about it. There's something that you want. There is something that you are desiring right now. And I want you to just sit and think about, okay. And it might be something that you desperately want to create. It could be financial abundance. It could be anything that you're just really called to create right now, that you must develop and bring into your life. Think about it. What is it that you desire? Sit with your journal, and I'd like you to get into a space, a thought, a feeling of, okay, I've already got it. I've done it. I'm there. I have them. Those shoes, whatever it is. Be in that place of stillness. You can close your eyes. Think about, okay, so now that I have this booked, now that I know I'm going, and I'm there, I'm in New York, okay, how does it feel? Oh, it feels exciting in my heart. Right, and you just start writing down, how does having these things, objects, financial abundance, being on the beach, wherever it is that you desire to be in your new home, get into the feeling of, how does it feel? How does this feel? And start to journal, start to write about it. Because what will happen is you are creating focused attention. And with focused attention, the energy will flow onto the paper. It's coming from here as an imaginative desire to it's infiltrating. You're grounding it. You're bringing it like mist into matter. You're bringing it onto paper, and it's landed. You're bringing it into matter. And like everything on this planet that's been invented, a building, it starts with the thought. It starts with the desire. The imagination comes in, and we place it down. through here onto the piece of paper. Okay, so be with that, explore those feelings, that energy that is being created from, and that creative process is what's going to help you fulfill that desire. That process and that experience of mind and heart coherence onto the paper is what's going to bring, is what's going to manifest this in your life. And even that one process is a really powerful exercise, because because what it does is it sends the signal and begins to bring it towards you. But you have to get into the presence and knowledge and trust that it's already out there waiting to come to you. It aligns us. So having a desire is one thing, but coming from a place of receiving it and knowing it and trusting it's going to happen rather than need. It's the wrong energy. And I know I've spoken a little bit about this before, but it's the wrong energy. So we have to be careful with what we desire, truly. And think about, what is it? It could be a pair of shoes, but what is it about having that pair of shoes that gives me that what is it about that? Why do I desire them? I want the pair of shoes because they make me feel loved. They're a beautiful object, they're a beautiful thing. I want that pair of shoes because they make me feel powerful. I want that pair of shoes because they make me feel I care for myself. I feel just that I be careful not to use the word deserve, because I'm ready to receive such a beautiful dress, because it makes me look pretty. I feel pretty. I feel really good wearing them. Get into the feeling. Get into the true experience of what they will do for you. And that is where the magic is in terms of the desire. So if we want to co-create in this life and really live our best life and really manifest the things into our life that we want, true desires, not just money or status, all that nonsense, like get down to the bare bones of what it is and how it makes us feel. How does it make you feel? And get into that space, because that's what is the way to attract what it is. And then after you've written things down, once you've been with that process, you get to then the magic part. You get to just let go of any need and trust. Just trust that you've set that new desire in motion, and now you get to just sit back and let it come to you. This is going to go on. We are going to go from needing to sleep to needing to eat because that's all part of life every single day up until the moment we leave this world. And if we can be in the space of ease and co-creation when it comes to desiring anything, when it comes to receiving them when they arrive in our life, it just makes the process so much easier, so much more joyful. And when it comes to the end of life, it means that we do not have so much pain of letting go of this life, because we were more present, we're more ready for the next stage. We're ready to receive what we have, embrace what we have, and be open to receiving whatever's meant to come next. There is a stage, it's happened to me, and it comes to us all, I hope, whereby we stop desiring, seeking seeking. The seeker archetype demagnetizes. The magnetics of that start to let go a little bit. And the ability to stop seeking and just step into the place of the mystic, just knowing and trusting, is a really beautiful moment. So in and amongst all of my busyness, I trust that when a moment arrives, and it's happening a lot, where a decision needs to be made, I trust that I'm present and responsible with the decision and choice and direction that I take, that I make in that moment. Because this is just a game. Life is a game. It's just a game. And it's how we play it that matters in that moment. So we get to just trust that everything comes at the right time, that every desire we have is put in our path for a reason, and we're going to mess it up often. We're going to desire things that are not good for us, and that's just the way that it is. But we get to not beat ourselves up. We get to accept that's where we're at, and just be in creation and be accepting of whatever comes up. And to truly co-create, it takes focused intention, and it's really smart when we realize that, like, really, we can create anything we want from that space. It's magical. So I'd love you to go into your weekend and just think about that. Like, what is on my list at the moment? Why am I desiring something out there? You know, and also very often the great thing about stopping and being in a place of gratitude and realizing how we feel about that desire, we actually really realize that we actually have we remember that we actually have everything we already need, and that it's coming. It just is always coming. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that helps to help with just knowing that there's nothing out there that's not for any of us, and there's no comparison. There's enough, time. There's something for everyone. There's a relationship for everyone in this life. We just have to align with ourselves primarily. Be with ourselves. Know who we are, know how we feel, and just be open, and that the good things will come towards us. They always do. So I'm going to finish today with today's prayer from this book, prayer poem, a little reminder of how incredible this life is and what an opportunity we have being here. And this is for today's date, which is June 10th. I have not read it, so let's see what it dives into today. Life can never be dull or mundane once you have placed your foot upon this spiritual path, because it sets life in motion and nothing remains static. The new will be able to unfold all around you and within you in true freedom and perfection. Are you satisfied to go along in the same old way? You are free to do so. But do not expect anything very uplifting to happen in your life if that is your choice. You cannot expect big changes to take place. You cannot expect to be used by me to help bring down the new heaven and new earth. Those souls who choose to go on their own way must be willing to accept consequences. But those souls who are willing to do my will and walk in my ways usher in the new age. Why wait until tomorrow to make your choice? Choose now. I love that. We've just been speaking about desires. And this little reminder is doing exactly the same. It's like, let's just go. Let's be always in a place of receiving and trusting that be and then do. That will create the desire to create, in the right direction. I hope this has helped. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy all the desires that you get to do this weekend and create, and and look forward to going forward, whether it is that pair of shoes or your next holiday. All right, enjoy it all and have a wonderful weekend. I shall see you next Friday. Bye for now.